The Roblox Assassin Christmas event has a brand new bundle. You can see here we have the Xmas 23 bundle for 800 Robux. And this bundle gives you a mythic knife, an exotic pet, and a never before seen knife effect. So in this video, we are going to buy this bundle and we are going to check it out. We're also going to showcase a free exotic knife that got released to the game recently. Drop a like if you're excited and let's get into it. So here is the bundle right here. As you can see, we get a mythic knife called the Swirly Mint, and we also get an exotic pet called the Polar Pal, and we get the Ice Surge effect. Now, what's interesting about this bundle is it gives us a mythic knife and an exotic pet, which we've never actually had before. We've never had this combination. Obviously, we've had bundles with an exotic knife and pet, and we've also had some bundles with just mythic knives and no pet, and sometimes those bundles would have an effect as well, but it wouldn't have a pet. But this time around, we have a mythic knife and an exotic pet, which I think is pretty noteworthy. But we are going to go ahead and buy the bundle right here, the Xmas 23 bundle for 800 Robux. Let's go ahead and buy it. 3, 2, 1, boom. And there we go. We bought the Xmas 23 bundle. So we should have those now. And we are going to go ahead and showcase everything, starting off with the effect. As always, we get the Ice Surge effect. That looks really cool. And here it is on my default knife right here. And you can see that there is some snow around the knife. You can also see some snowflakes falling off of the knife as well. So let's go ahead and see what happens when you kill someone with it. Luckily, we have a free-for-all. Am I off AFK? Hopefully that is fast enough to be off AFK. But yeah, it is a free-for-all, so hopefully I will be able to get a kill. Boom, there we go. And yeah, we saw a little bit of an ice explosion, but I was behind a wall, so it was kind of hard to see. But yeah, you can see some snow around the body. Wasn't really able to get a close look at it. But yeah, that is what the kill effect looks like. There seems to be an explosion of snow, and then there is some snow around the body after the explosion. Pretty cool effect. As always, you have to buy the bundle if you want the effect, and if you're like me and you have every single effect in the game, you're probably going to want to buy it for collection's sake. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the exotic pet right here, the Polar Pal. And yeah, as you can see, it's just a cute little polar bear pet. You can see that there is a present wrapped around its back, sort of like a backpack. So, you know, it's carrying a present of some kind. And it's also wearing a cute little Santa hat. So, yeah, it's just got some adorable little decorations. And it's just a cute little polar bear. Now, again, what's interesting about this bundle is that, you know, this is an exotic pet, but we also have a mythic knife, which is really interesting. So, we have a mythic and an exotic together in a bundle, which is cool and unique in its own right. Don't get me wrong. But I'm gonna be honest, I would have liked to see a mythic pet in the bundle. And that's the thing, right? Mythic pets in this game just aren't a thing. You know, mythics came out back in like 2017, but we've never had a dream pet or even a mythic pet. Like, the highest tier for pets is still exotics, which is really weird to think about because, I mean, even dreams were added back in like summer 2017. But the highest tier for pets is an exotic. Now, of course, this pet is cute, but I don't really know if it's really worthy of being, you know, a mythic pet. But I don't know, it would have just been cool to have a mythic pet in the game, like the first and only mythic pet. I think that would have made the bundle pretty cool, even if it was a bit more expensive. But I don't know, I guess in this modern economy, you know, the players don't really care much about pets. Like, even the best pets in the game, I don't really think are worth all that much. But I don't know, if we got a mythic pet, maybe it would bring more attention to the pets in the game and sort of bring them up in value. I don't know. I wish pets got a bit more love in this game. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the main attraction here, the brand new mythic knife. There it is, the Swirly Mint, and there it is. Let's go ahead and try out this knife. All right, and here is the Swirly Mint Mythic, and as you can see, it is a really cool axe made entirely out of gingerbread and candy cane. So you can see that the outside of the knife is made of candy cane as well as the handle, but in the middle we got some gingerbread cookie. We also have some red rocks. I'd imagine that's a candy of some kind, but I can't really think what it is off the top of my head. Maybe it's like Pop Rocks or something. I don't know. Could be fruitcake. I would not be surprised that the middle of this is actually just fruitcake. But yeah, you know, it's a pretty decent mythic knife. It sort of reminds me of the Sweethorn exotic that we got a while back. I think this might have been a competitive mode prize or like a battle pass prize. I don't know, just the shape of the axe sort of reminds me of that. We obviously have quite a few axes in the game, but it's always nice to get yet another one. Although compared to the other mythics in the event, I'd say this one's probably the weakest. But let's go ahead and put the entire bundle together. Let's go ahead and put on the the pet and the effect right here, the ice surge. And yeah, here's the bundle in full swing. And yeah, here is the full bundle in action. We got the knife and the pet and the effect. The effect looks pretty cool on the knife itself, although I feel like the effect is a bit more snow themed and the knife is a bit more candy themed. So it looks decent. It definitely makes the peppermint knife look a lot colder. I don't know, I feel like peppermint tends to have like a cold taste, so you know, having snow around it definitely adds to that. Though I feel like the effect kind of goes better with the pet, honestly, because they both sort of have a snow theme because polar bears are in snowy areas. But overall, it is a pretty decent bundle, and like I said, you not only get a mythic knife, but you also get an exotic pet, which is a pretty interesting combination. Anyway, before we go, there's actually one more exotic knife that I want to talk about, and this was actually a code knife. So if you managed to get this code, you got a free exotic, and here it is right here, the Xmas gift. Now I posted about this on the community tab, so if you guys are subscribed with notifications, you guys saw this exotic right here and you were notified about it, and you were able to redeem it for yourself. But it was redeemable for 2 days, and I believe it came out on Christmas or Christmas Eve. So by the time you're watching this video, I'm pretty sure it is expired, unfortunately. But this knife is pretty interesting. So you can see that it is a knife basically wrapped in wrapping paper, but this knife looks a little bit different. And with this knife, I think we actually have a confirmation about the title of the new Assassin game that's coming out. So I talked about this, you know, in an earlier video, but there is a new Assassin game coming out, and we've sort of been calling it Assassin 2. But that's sort of just a placeholder name, right? I don't think it's really called Assassin 2. The devs have been calling it, you know, like a new Assassin game. They haven't really confirmed the title, but I'm pretty sure it's not Assassin 2. And again, the community has sort of just been using that as a placeholder name, but I don't really think that name gives the game justice, because it's not really a sequel to Assassin. It's sort of just, you know, a new game in the same universe as Assassin, but like with whole different mechanics and stuff. It's not really a direct follow-up to Assassin. But with this knife, we might sort of have a confirmation, or at least a hint as to what the title of the game actually is. Now, of course, this code is expired, like I said, but the code for this knife was actually Assassin X right here. So Assassin X was actually the code. You can see it's already redeemed, but that was the code for the knife itself. And when Prisman actually talked about this code, he actually bolded the letter X, you know, in the code itself. And if that isn't big enough of a hint for you, just look at the knife itself. Obviously, we can't see it very well because most of it is in wrapping paper, but we can see the tip of the knife, and this looks very similar to the default knife that is in the new Assassin game. So yeah, I think that this is a very big hint that the title for the new Assassin game is actually Assassin X. Obviously, we've been calling it Assassin 2 just for simplicity's sake, but I'm pretty sure this new game is actually going to be named Assassin X. Now, of course, we could be wrong and the title could be changed later, so keep that in mind. But for future videos, I'm going to call this new game Assassin X because that is just the biggest hint we've had so far. So yeah, that is a cool exotic knife. Again, if you redeem this code, you got this exotic for absolutely free, which is really cool. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. We got the bundle, we talked about the code knife, so that's pretty cool. Still completing the battle pass, still working on that. We'll probably also talk about this exotic knife here in that same video, and then all that is left is the 2 dream knives that we have to craft. So I'll see you guys for those videos as well. Cheers.